Alright, here's my 40 Econoline lifted. I dropped it off on Monday and picked it up Tuesday. I left it overnight at Full Tilt Off-Road. They also own Action Van Suspension, and they're the guys who designed the kit for this vehicle. So I figured they should install it. They've worked with it before, so they know what they're doing. $2,800 altogether for the install and the lift. I have no problems with that. Support U.S. workers. Support the economy. Pretty much everything in here is made in America. Bilstein shocks. The back of trucks are all the same when it comes to lifting them. It's just a lift block. Simple. That's the easy part. The hard part, I'm guessing, is the front. Because a lot of the front was changed out. You could tell what's new. It's powder coated. Taller coil springs. Bilstein shocks. Like I said, made in America. Re-engineered I-beam suspension. There's their lovely logo right there. I need to ask for a decal. That's what I forgot to ask for. I'll email them today and see if they have any. And then the front, steering stabilizer, Rancho, again made in America. That makes me feel good when I buy made in America, since pretty much nothing's made in America anymore. Oh yeah, there you go. All the way around. Dinky rims and tires. I'm gonna change that out pretty soon. But yeah, it just doesn't fit the vehicle now. They're very smallish for this vehicle. But there you go. I think it's a dramatic difference in height. It's about a 5-inch lift. The fender gap in the back is about 10 inches now, compared to 5. You could fit your freaking head in there now. And then the front, up front, it's about an 11-inch gap or so, 10.5 to 11, something like that. So it's pretty much a 5-inch lift. Surprisingly, it's not top heavy. I mean, you know, a van is a van. You're not gonna go canyon carving in the mountains with the van, but pretty much feels like stock. Not a dramatic change at all in ride. In fact, it actually rides better, but when it comes to the tippiness, it feels about the same. Not dramatically different at all. Not even noticeable, but ride quality improved a lot. I'm guessing because everything in this thing was 20 years old. So, you know, new shocks, new coil springs, so that probably made the ride a lot better. I'm happy with it. How much do I like this thing now? I give it an 8.5 out of 10 in likability. One of my favorite vehicles ever that I've ever owned. So I'm just gonna get some new rims and tires soon, and we'll make another video after that. But there it is. Lift kit for Econoline. Before I go, people are going to ask, why a van? Why two-wheel drive? You should have bought a 4x4. For me, our terrain is mostly sand. You know, when I take this thing out, it's in the sand, so you don't really need a hardcore 4x4 to drive in the sand. You know, and like I said in my videos talking about this thing prior to me lifting it, really skinny fucking tires. 235 75/16s, so you know the footprint's not that big, and I've always driven it in the sand, so I figure lift kit, wider tires, air it down, you know, way more clearance. It's gonna do a lot better in the desert. I mean, it's always done okay. I mean, this thing was so low. See my little skull here? See how much it's off the ground now? This thing was so low, I actually busted this thing. Like, you can't see it or anything, but like under it, you can see the scratch, like where the chin is. I went over a speed bump and cracked this fucker right off. That's how low this van was. Now I don't have that problem. So that's pretty much why I lifted this thing. And then, you know, I could get like a, you know, a little Ford Ranger 4x4 or something, but, you know, or a little SUV like a Jeep Cherokee. Those go for pretty cheap, but, you know, you can't have this stuff in a Cherokee. You know, TV, my little table, bed. It's a compromise. Yeah, it's not the greatest off-roader, but I have a little house with me, so it's a compromise. Not the greatest off-road vehicle in the world, but you got a bed and you got all that room. You got a little house around you when you take your trips out to the desert, so that's why I chose to lift this. And the sentimental value, I love this van. I think we all are guilty of that, dumping way more money in our vehicles than what they're worth. But that's a car enthusiast guy thing to do. Alright everyone, kick ass, be safe, and take it easy.